The new shoes pinched right along the edge of his big toe. They had absurdly large soles, almost 2 inches thick. The clerk at the store where he picked them up referred to them as Frankensteins. For Gideon, that pretty much summed up the whole outfit. From the idiot ball cap to the faux cop uniform shirt, straight-legged black utility pants, finished off with required white cotton socks and the aforementioned Frankensteins. The only way he could feel any more absurd was if they required a propeller on top of the cap. Gideon sat in a waiting room in the Archer Daniels Midland corporate headquarters in downtown Philly. The room had an aggressive organic feel to it. There was nothing loose, nothing that could be moved. The chairs, tables, drink dispensers, waste receptacles all seemed to have sprouted directly from the floor. There were no sharp edges. Everything was a pale tan. The space felt as if it had been designed to withstand the antics of especially inquisitive chimps. As he looked around, he had to admit that was a bit of inspired design. There were about 30 other men in the room, all within a 10-year range of age, all from the same economic spectrum. Gideon could see new patches of skin where gang tats had been freshly removed and replaced with derm analogs. "Got a smoke?" "Nah," Gideon replied, patting down his pockets. "They don't allow it in here." "Yeah, that isn't all they don't allow in here," added the smokeless smoker. "What's your name?" "Gideon, yours?" "Craig," he answered, offering his hand. They exchanged a firm, not quite threatening shake. "You prior military?" "Yep," Gideon nodded. "You?" "The Corps. Mustered out about a year ago." Craig rubbed his closely shorn scalp. He still carried the build of his hitch. A little shorter than average, his mass made him seem bigger. He was dressed in a mirror image of everyone else. "I did 4 in the Navy, got out about 6 months ago. That puts us atop of the food chain in here." Gideon smiled. It fit easily on his face. About 2 inches taller than Craig, he carried none of the muscle. His dark brown eyes held an implied smile that seemed at home there. His well-shaped head was shaved close, and he wore a carefully trimmed goatee around his generous mouth. "Trouble finding work after you mustered out?" Gideon inquired. "Yeah, not much call for grunt work." "Did you try contracting?" Craig shook his head. "Isn't much use. Most private or corporate is all special forces." Gideon shrugged. "Can't win for losing." "Word," Craig replied. The smart wall blinked twice as the next set of applicants' names scrolled across. Gideon watched as his name appeared third from the bottom with the room routing number. "Well, that's me," Gideon said, standing. "Good luck, bro," Craig commented at Gideon's back as he made his way to the interviewing cubicles. If the waiting room was nondescript, the interview cubicle was a testament to understatement. It was a small square room with a chair, desk, and some sort of a lamp-chair combination that looked as if it had grown from a large coerced mushroom. The woman on the other side of the desk held a small data plaque and managed to look both bored and annoyed at the same time. Her business suit was just a shade lighter than the room, chair, desk. Her skin tone suggested that she may have been issued along with the other furnishings. "Mr. Gideon, have a seat." "Thank you. How are you feeling today?" "Right as rain, thanks." "Let's get down to business, shall we?" "It's your show," Gideon smiled. She glanced down at the plaque in her hand, her thumb hitting the scroll tab at irregular intervals. "It says here you're a veteran." 4 years Navy." "And did you enjoy it?" she asked. Gideon thought a moment and then answered, "Don't really know if I enjoyed it, but it was something different, that's for sure." "How do you mean?" "I was stationed on a 35-year-old fast attack submarine, a dynamic situation at best." "I didn't think there were any submarines in use anymore," she said, raising her eyebrows. "That's what I mean." She looked at Gideon. Gideon looked back. "Anyway, what did you do?" "Anything they told me." Again the eyebrows. "Mainly hydraulics, pump repair, things of that nature." She nodded. "What makes you think you could do security work for ADM?" "I have no idea. The ad said entry level, and if I'm anything, it's entry level." "Of that I'm sure," the interviewer agreed. "Although this is the first gig where I ever had to buy the gear before I was hired," Gideon said, pulling at his shirt. "We like to think it helps weed out the applicants who aren't really interested." I don't get the job, I keep the get-up? No, she shook her head. It becomes ADM property. How do you get away with that? She tilted her head thoughtfully. Today's climate is very friendly to the corporate world. When hasn't it been? Gideon asked.